The video you're about to watch comes from our 4-part lighting series on SLRLoungeworkshops.com. It was filmed before COVID-19 and its impacts. Our 3 favorite color temperatures when it comes to manipulating that main light and the overall environment. We're gonna shoot this favorite spot. This is Disney Concert Hall. We actually did a shot like this before. This go around, the reason why I want to do it is because we can see tons of beautiful reflections from the sky in addition to the sky itself. So by showing you this technique, we can really see how that wall and the sky itself is gonna shift in color as we modify the light source. My name is Pi, and I'm one of the founders of Lynn and Jersa Photography and SLRLounge.com. We're teaming up with Adorama to bring you a new series of photography tutorials called Master Your Craft right here on Adorama TV. So let's dive in. All right, guys, go ahead and come back towards me. Right there. That's your guys' little spot right there. So let me go ahead and just dial in an ambient exposure. So we're gonna expose this pretty dark. I'm gonna leave this right around 1/200 of a second, f2.8, and ISO 100. Okay, let's get another quick shot. Lean back a little bit. Chin down, Gina. There you go. Heath, lean into her a little bit. Tip her back just a little bit more. Right there, right there, right there. Hold that, guys. Perfect. So that's that ambient light exposure. Now let's go ahead and set up the light. Now you guys are gonna stay exactly kaput. Don't move your feet at all from this because we're gonna do that exact same thing once we get identical shots. This is honestly the last time we'll probably have you guys holding so still between shots because we're gonna compare 3 different looks of this image. Take that off for now. So you're gonna hold this guy. Okay. I want you to angle it up and back and feather it so it kind of just gives a kiss of light onto them. There you go. And then what's the power setting on that? Can you power it up? I'm pulling that down to 6. So a 6 is gonna be, remember, 250 watt seconds down to 125, that's 9, down to 60, down to 30, down to around 15 to 20 watt seconds of power. So on a regular flash, that's less than half power, maybe quarter power to half power-ish, and you're good to go. Now, go ahead and get into that pose, guys. There you go, right there. Right there. Hold that. Gina, chin down a little bit. Lean to my side a little bit more, like lean into me. There you go. Gina, turn your chin towards me a little bit, but look towards Heath. There it is, right there. Hold that, guys. Actually, look down towards his that hand and place the hand on his chest. And now look towards him. Got it. Okay, now that's your spot, guys. That's your sweet spot. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and add now our CTO. So the 3 favorites is the half CTB and the half green. Okay, so hold this, as well as our standard CTO. All the other ones, in my opinion, give us like a look that's just a little bit too much. And I like to keep things kind of a little bit more on the realistic side. So let's start with the CTO. Okay. Now, because that's gonna be so warm, we're gonna go ahead and dial that back in our Kelvin. This go around, we're gonna take it down to tungsten, which is 3200 Kelvin. All right, guys, you all ready? Go ahead and get that lean, look toward each other. There it is. Smile, Gina, chin down a little bit, bring the chin back to me a little bit, eyes towards him. There you go, right there, guys, beautiful, hold that. Let's see it. Okay, now we lost a little bit of light power, so we need to power that up just a bit. So let's take it up to 1 stop up. There we go, one more time, guys. I love that laugh, that's perfect. Okay, now let's go ahead and switch that to a CTB. Now with the CTB, we have to warm up, right? Because we're cooling everything down now on them. So we're gonna warm everything up in camera. I love how easy this is to put in and out. Cool. All right, guys, get in that same position and pose. Okay, so what we're gonna do now, I'm gonna compensate just a little bit for the sunlight because it is getting a bit darker. We're just gonna lower the shutter speed a little. Now what I'm gonna do is go ahead and take my white balance, and this go around, we're gonna dial it up. And I mean way, 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 way up. Gina, look down to the hand on that one too. Right there, right there, right there. Perfect, now look at each other. Right there, perfect. Okay, now let's go ahead and go to the green. Again, if you want more of a shift, you can use the full. Just keep in mind that each one of these is gonna give a pretty surreal look to the shots, and I usually like to get a few shots so it doesn't look like we're just doing one image. So let's go ahead and switch this out. Okay, now this go around, we have to add lots and lots of magenta, right? Because what we're doing is basically putting a lot of green tones right under our skin, and to compensate, we're gonna add magenta tones into the image. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna try a white balance. Let's just see if I take this same shot right there. So we see that the light on them is quite green, right? So the power is about right. I might bring it down by like half a stop. Okay, let's see this. Okay, so power is good, but the light temperature is not. Two things need to happen. I need to bring the white balance down. So let's get this down to around maybe 6,000 Kelvin. Okay, that's looking quite a bit more neutral. And now I need to go ahead and shift over to reds and magentas. We're gonna shift quite a bit. I love it. One more time with the pull in the dress. That's it. That's it. I love that. So in summary, basically what's gonna be happening with this is when you go green, you are shifting either by a half stop or a full stop. You're shifting the background towards magentas, right? So that's how you gotta correct their skin tones, is by shifting towards magenta. When you go blue, you're warming up the background because you gotta compensate for the cold temperature on their skin tones. When you go orange, you're cooling off the background because you have to cool down the image to compensate for their warm skin tones. So hopefully that makes sense in terms of these three of our favorite kind of ways to shift the background. Let's go ahead and move on. The bus is right behind me. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, I'd love for you to give it a like, subscribe to the Adorama TV channel. Comment below, let me know what you guys would like to learn next. You guys can follow me at PyJirsa on Instagram or Facebook. And if you'd like to learn more about our lighting series, go to slrloungeworkshops.com. That's where we have full-length courses on each of our topics available inside of SLR Lounge Premium. See y'all next week. Bye.